Hello everybody and welcome to this, another edition of a late night screen review. This week we're talking about The Conjuring, Last Rites.
Every case is different. Every family's different. Once we start, there's no going back. Anything can happen.
So, The Conjuring Last Rite is directed by Michael Chaves and is out in all major theatres now. Ooh, what's the story? Morning Glory. So, The Conjuring Last Rites tells the story of the Warrens family, and at the opening of the movie, they've just given birth to a baby, but the baby's stillborn. Oh no! But then there's kind of weird kind of forces in the room, and then the baby comes back to life, and everything's going to be okay. Time jump to, 20 years later. The daughter's all grown up, and there's another family suffering from some sort of demonic possession as they kind of come in contact with this mirror. So instead of a doll or another object, it's a big mirror this time. So there's your originality for you. And this family procure this mirror, and then everything starts going wrong. And then the whole film is basically about these two people, these groups of people meeting up and battling demons. That's the story. Ha! So what did I think of the movie? Enough for the pillow now. Enough for the pillow. So yeah, went to the cinema to watch The Conjuring. You know me, a huge Blumhouse fan. Couldn't wait to go and see this one. In actuality, I actually saw this one in the daytime. So technically this isn't a late night screen review, so I apologise. It's a daytime screen review. I missed the opening run. Had other commitments, etc, etc. So couldn't get there as soon as I wanted. But I've seen it today. And what did I think? Well, I mean, it's a Conjuring movie, so there's that. Ultimately, what can we say? It's a James Wan Blumhouse Conjuring installment, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's the Warrens again. They're battling demons again. There's a family that's in trouble again because something's possessing or bothering them. And there's some of the Warrens go through a bit of a family drama. At the same time, this family's also going through their stuff. And then as we get towards the climax, the final third of the film, they all come together in one house and do battle. And that's all you can really say. So, it's well shot for the most part. It's really well acted. The writing's fine. And that's it. You're getting a Blumhouse film, folks. It's a modern day Blumhouse film, horror movie with all the tropes that come along, and this film is trope ridden, so it's almost a parody of itself at this point. I don't know if I mean that in a good way or a bad way. I guess it kind of comes down to your point of view of these kind of movies. It's just kind of full of plot holes, full of plot contrivances, full of unearned jump scares. The CGI is terrible. The scares and the setups are standard. They are stereotypes at this point, and that's all you can really say. It was mildly entertaining. It does kind of feel like the final chapter in the kind of Warren's story, if you like. There's even like a final credit sequence with loads of text to explain the kind of what happens to the Warrens in real life. Presumably the filmmakers have a lot of kind of time for the Warrens, the real life Warrens, and it's kind of this film's kind of a love letter to them. Whether that's warranted or not, again, that's kind of up to you. But it did kind of feel like a finale, so there's that. Again, is that a positive or a negative? I'll leave that to you. I was mildly entertained. I didn't understand a lot of it because the contrivances were just crazy. It was fine. That's all I can say. Some of the worst bits about the film, I think, are you never really see the demon. You never really get a sense of what it's after, why it's doing what it's doing. The climax of the movie is a massive letdown, in my opinion. It kind of doesn't build up to anything. And then it ends up with the Warren family literally battling a physical mirror with no real cool design or, what's the demon trying to accomplish? There's none of that. What are the powers of the demon? It just kind of depends on the scene. Sometimes it seems to be able to change reality and then bend it back, or it sucks people into its own little realm and then spits them back out into the real world. What's going on? Why is it happening? What are the powers? We don't know. And I just find that really frustrating, but I find that a lot with most Blumhouse films. It's like very ill-defined, antagonist or monster, creature, or the rules are set out and then not followed, or not followed that well. And this film is no exception. I'm more than happy to say goodbye to the Conjuring series. Again, I've found them mildly entertaining, if very unoriginal. If you're a fan of these movies, this is just another one of them, so you'll be happy with it. If you like just no thinking, stereotypes, just the same old plot things, bang, 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 and you can just sit there, turn your brain off at the door and have a bucket of popcorn and have some fun, then you're going to like this film. If you want more from your horror, if you're tired of the Blumhouse shtick, then this film is not going to do you any favours. You're going to come away pretty unsatisfied. And also, I think, I do think that even if you like these kinds of films, that ultimately the kind of climax is kind of a letdown. It was an okay film. I was mildly entertained, but I kind of don't really want to see any more Conjuring movies anymore. I'm done with that. There are loads of Easter eggs and really kind of cheesy, kind of like, almost cameos from past creatures like the Nun and obviously Annabelle. So you might get a kick out of that. But for me, I'm okay with not seeing another one of these films. It was an okay movie, and meh. So that's my review for The Conjuring, The Last Rites. Let's just hope that it is The Last Rites. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay scared, and we'll see you soon. Bye.